Today, what we call so-called money is actually debt. Here's a quote from the Bank of England. Money today is a form of debt, but a special kind of debt that is accepted as the medium of exchange in the economy. Close quote. According to the Bank of England, 97% of our currency supply is electronic. Digits in our bank accounts created by banks when granting loans, and 3% is made by the Bank of England. Here is what they say. Commercial banks create money in the form of bank deposits by making new loans. When a bank makes a loan, for example, to someone taking out a mortgage to buy a house, it does not typically do so by giving them thousands of pounds worth of banknotes. Instead, it credits their bank account with a bank deposit of the size of the mortgage. At that moment, new money is created. Close quote. Simply put, the digits you see in your bank account were originally created when a bank gave George across the street a loan for his mortgage. Whenever banks issue loans, whether it's for a mortgage, personal loan, or anything else, they create currency out of thin air by adding digits to your bank account with just a few keystrokes. Think those digits in your bank account actually belong to you? Not quite. Surprise, surprise. Banks legally own the currency in your bank account. What you have is just a claim that the bank owes you a certain amount. Open quote. Bank deposits are simply a record of how much the bank itself owes its customers. Close quote. By the Bank of England. Foley v. Hill, 1848, is a judicial decision of the House of Lords in relation to the fundamental nature of a bank account. Here is what they had to say. Money, when paid into a bank, ceases altogether to be the money of the principal. It is by then the money of the banker, who is bound to return an equivalent by paying a similar sum to that deposited with him when he is asked for it. Under the control of the banker, it is then the banker's money. He is known to deal with it as his own. He makes what profit of it he can, which profit he retains to himself, paying back only the principal. The money placed in custody of a banker is, to all intents and purposes, the money of the banker, to do with it as he pleases. He is guilty of no breach of trust in employing it. And trust me, it gets worse from here, but I'll stop before we accidentally spark a riot. Now we know that the currency in our bank account isn't actually ours. It belongs to the bank. What we really have is just a claim to a certain amount. So, when someone says I have 100k in my bank account, it's not entirely accurate the way most people think. A more accurate way to say it would be, the bank owes me 100k. This may not be ethical, but it is legal. It's a subtle but